What if I told you two people could retire on the exact same day with the exact same amount of money, invest in the exact same funds, earn the exact same average return over 30 years, and one of them runs out of money while the other dies rich? That's not a riddle. That's sequence of returns risk. And it is the single most underappreciated threat to your retirement that almost nobody is talking about. Here's the cruel math. If the market drops 40% in your first 2 years of retirement and you're pulling out 4% a year to live on, you're selling shares at the worst possible time, and those shares are gone forever, unable to participate in the recovery. It's like being forced to sell your house during the 2008 crash just to pay your grocery bill. You don't get to wait it out. Think of it this way. Your portfolio is a campfire, and withdrawals or you throwing logs into the wind when the market is calm, you barely notice. But when the storm hits early, you're burning through wood faster than you can gather it. Two retirees with identical average returns of, say, 7% annually can see outcomes separated by hundreds of thousands of dollars purely because of the order those returns arrived. The research on this is genuinely alarming. A retiree who experiences a severe bear market in years 1 through 5 has a dramatically lower probability of a 30-year portfolio survival than one who experiences the same losses in years 20 through 25. William Bengen, the father of the famous 4% rule, built that guideline, specifically around worst-case sequence scenarios from history, and even he has since revised it downward given current valuations. There's a deep psychological trap here too, because most people retiring today watched the 2009 to 2023 bull market and quietly assumed that's just what markets do. They walked into retirement optimistic, maybe even a little smug, and then 2022 showed up and reminded everyone that a 60-40 portfolio can drop nearly 20% in a single year, while inflation simultaneously hits 40-year highs, a double-sided gut punch almost no retirement calculator warned you about. Here's the historical pattern that should humble all of us. The 1966 retiree and the 1982 retiree had nearly identical long-term average returns over the following 3 decades. Yet, the 1966 retiree faced a brutal sequence of stagflation early on, and many traditional portfolios simply did not survive intact. The irony is almost satirical. You can win the long game on paper and still lose in real life because the losses showed up at the wrong dinner party. Now let's address the elephant in the room, because a lot of people hear sequence risk and think it's just code for the market is scary, buy an annuity. That's a misconception. This isn't about avoiding markets entirely. It's about managing the timing and size of forced liquidations during downturns, which is a completely different and solvable problem. The bucket strategy is one of the most elegant and psychologically powerful solutions. You keep 1 to 2 years of living expenses in cash, 3 to 5 years in short to medium bonds, and the rest in equities. So you never have to sell stocks when they're down because your near-term needs are already funded. It sounds almost too simple, but the behavioral benefit alone, not panic selling in a crash because you know your next 2 years are covered, is worth more than any sophisticated hedge most people could construct. Dynamic withdrawal rules are the other major lever, and they work on a principle that's almost refreshingly honest. You agree in advance to spend a little less in bad years and a little more in good ones, essentially giving your portfolio permission to breathe. Research from Guyton and Klinger showed that flexible withdrawal strategies could dramatically improve portfolio survival rates while only modestly reducing average lifetime spending. That is a trade most retirees would take in a heartbeat if they understood it clearly. Partial annuitization is the tool that makes the most people uncomfortable and the fewest people actually regret you. Take a portion of your assets, hand it to an insurance company, and they guarantee you a monthly check for life no matter what the market does. It's not glamorous, it won't make you rich, but it floors your income and eliminates the catastrophic sequence risk scenario entirely for your baseline living expenses, which frees the rest of your portfolio to take intelligent risks. The practical lesson history keeps teaching us is embarrassingly simple. Size your withdrawals conservatively in the first 5 years, stay flexible, and do not make permanent decisions based on temporary market conditions. The retirees who survived the worst sequences in history weren't necessarily the smartest investors. They were the ones who cut their cable bill in 2009 instead of cutting their stock allocation. There's a philosophical dimension here that gets lost in the spreadsheets. Retirement is not a destination where risk disappears. It's actually the phase where certain risks become most dangerous because you've lost the one hedge that protected you your whole life, your paycheck. The accumulation phase is forgiving because time and new contributions can paper over mistakes. But the distribution phase has no such mercy, which is exactly why process, sizing, and contingency planning matter infinitely more than conviction or market predictions. We are all going to face some version of this challenge. And the beautiful, almost liberating truth is that you don't need to predict the market. You just need a plan that survives the bad scenarios without requiring you to be right about timing. Discipline, flexibility, and an honest conversation with yourself about what you'd actually cut if you had to are the three things standing between a comfortable retirement and a catastrophic one. And if you want help building that plan from the ground up, whether that's real estate investing to create income streams, contracting work to improve the assets you already own, or connecting with lenders who understand retirement phase financing, check out our links in the description below.